Hello class 8, hope you all are good. Now since today in this video I am going to explain the exercises of chapter 1, that is your matter in chemistry. Students, concentrate in your studies, right, and send your assignments regularly at time, okay. Objective type questions. First is your select the correct answer from A, B, C, D, E. Now, first question is your an atom or a group of atoms having a resultant charge. What it is? Ion. Ion is in group an atom or a group of atom having a resultant charge. Second is your the state of matter which has least density and no free surface. So, which state of matter has least density and no free surface? That is your gases. Now, third is your in Landort's experiment, the form in which the chemical energy stored up in the reactants is released. Which energy is released? That is your heat energy is released, right? Next is your the process of change of liquid into vapor or gas on heating is called what? Vaporization. What it is called? Vaporization. Now, fifth one is your the state of matter where the interparticle attraction between the particles is maximum. That is your solid state of matter where the interparticle attraction between the particles is maximum. Right? Now, next question is your with reference to the liquid state of matter, answer the following questions. First is your on heating the liquid, do the particles gain energy or lose energy? Liquid on heating, they gain energy. Second is your the heat energy supplied to the liquid is absorbed by its molecule and stored as which form of energy? That is your potential energy. Means when heat is supplied to the liquid, it is absorbed in the form of potential energy. Now, how does a stored energy have effect on interparticle spaces? Actually, the stored energy, that is your potential energy, it increases the interparticle space. The stored energy increases the interparticle space, right? Now, next is your state why the interparticle attraction decreases to negligible. Because what? Interparticle space increases, that is why interparticle attraction decreases to negligible. Now, fifth one is your at what point will the particles become free and escape as gas? At which point? That is your at boiling point. What's happened? The particles become free and escape as gas, right? Now, next question is your question number 3. Complete the statement by filling the blanks with correct word. First is your in naphthalene. What is naphthalene? That is your kapoor which you use at home, right? The interparticle attraction is low, right? Next is your the law of conservation of mass is strictly valid if mass and energy they are considered together. Now, third is your when interparticle space increases, so naturally the interparticle attractive force decreases. Now, fourth one is your kinetic energy of molecules in helium is very large as compared to the energy of molecules in water. Next is your conversion of vapor or gas into liquid is termed as but liquefaction. What that process is called? Liquefaction. Now, next is your give reasons for the following. Your first give reason is particles of matter possess energy called kinetic energy. And your answer is due to continuous motion of particle moving, hence they possess kinetic energy, right? As you know that particles of matter, they are always in random motion, and that is why they possess but kinetic energy due to this motion, right? Second is your solids cannot be compressed but gases are highly compressible. As you all know that in solids the interparticle space is least, right, or minimum, while in gases the interparticle space is maximum or very large. That is why what's happened, the solids cannot be compressed, but gases are highly compressible. So what's your answer? Solid has least space among them, while gas has more space, hence solids cannot be compressed, but gases are highly compressible. Now your third question is, kinetic energy of molecules of gases is very large and of solids the least. Answer is, the kinetic energy of molecules of gases is very large because its particles, they move fastest due to least force of attraction, right? Or due to maximum interparticle space. Actually, in gases, the particles are far away from each other, so they have a lot of spaces to move in any direction. Understood? That is why they possess a very large kinetic energy. Now, next question 4 is your, on heating a sublimable solid, the molecules break free and escape from the surface of the solid directly into vapor. Answer is, on heating a sublimable solid, the interparticle attraction is overcome. Therefore, the molecules break free and escapes from the surface of the solid directly into the vapor. Actually, sublimable solids have very low force of attraction between their particles. Question 5 is your, give reason particles of matter move more rapidly on application of heat. Your answer is, application of heat increases kinetic energy of particles of matter and therefore they move more rapidly. As all of you know, when you apply heat energy increases kinetic energy, and that's why the kinetic energy of the particle, when increases, they move more rapidly or more fast, right? Now, question number 5 is your, complete the blanks with reference to interconversion of matter on basis of kinetic theory with the word increases, decreases, gain, lose or overcome in each case. Now, first is your, during melting of solids, the interparticle space increases. And second, during vaporization, the liquid particles, they gain energy. During liquefaction, the particles, they lose what? Energy. During solidification, the interparticle space decreases, and during sublimation, the interparticle attraction is overcome. And that's why the sublimable solid directly changes into gaseous state on heating, right? Let's discuss question number 11. With reference to interconversion of matter on the basis of kinetic theory, explain in brief the conversion of first a solid into a liquid and second is your liquid into vapor or gas. First is your conversion of a solid into a liquid on the basis of kinetic theory. Actually, as you all know that when you heat a solid, solids gain energy, right? And this energy is stored as a potential energy. And stored potential energy increases interparticle space and decreases the interparticle force of attraction between the particles. As you all know that when interparticle space increases, the interparticle force of attraction decreases. And at melting point, particles become free and the solid changes to liquid state. Now second, B1 is your liquid into vapor or gas state. Now how you will explain it? Actually your answer is, on heating liquids, particles, they gain energy and again this energy is stored as a potential energy. This stored potential energy increases interparticle space, and when interparticle space increases, so naturally what's happened? Interparticle force of attraction decreases, and therefore at boiling point, particles become completely free and they escape as a gas. And now the liquid changes into vapor or gaseous state. Now the next is how the vapor or gaseous state changes into a liquid state. Now the answer is, on cooling the gas, the potential energy in the molecules is released as heat energy. And this heat energy is called what? Potential energy. So this released potential energy decreases the interparticle space and increases the interparticle force of attraction. Thus, the molecules are not in a position to be free and the gaseous state changes into liquid state at liquefaction point. Understood? Your question number 12 is, on the basis of kinetic theory, explain why ammonium chloride sublimes and goes from solid state directly into vapor state. So what's your answer? Actually, ammonium chloride sublimes and goes from solid state directly into vapor state because of low interparticle attraction. Why? Because of low interparticle attraction. Because you know that sublimable solids, they have very low interparticle attraction between the particles. That is why they can easily directly changes from solid state to vapor state. Understood?